Asa also called me bro, and I felt really good about it. I thought it was great. And I wanted to say a couple quick things about your new-ish senior rabbi, Rabbi Ryan Bauer. He reached out to me months ago and asked me if I would take this slightly less coveted sermon spot on a Friday night. And it is because, and you see that Rabbi Bauer and Cantor Luck are here tonight, and they are likely as tired as any rabbi or cantor in the United States of America and the world. But Rabbi Bauer explained that he wanted all the other clergy to just get the night off. They worked so hard and poured heart and soul into their messages. So I just think you don't always see all the great things about your senior rabbi, but that is one of them. And then the other, and I mean this with all great respect to everybody who is watching online, who's streaming the service, which I've talked to so many people recently about what a great, great thing it is for so many different reasons to be able to stream the service. But you, whoa, you're here. Rabbi Bauer said, come Friday night. And you did. So keep telling us what to do, Rabbi Bauer. We'll do it. A congregant recently shared with me a trending celebrity on social media. Her name is Melanie Sanders. And she's a menopausal woman with a few things to say. And apparently nearly 2 million people are interested to hear her thoughts. She's very funny and very real. She is the founder of the We Do Not Care Club. Do we have any Melanie Sanders, thank you, fan club members who are in the We Do Not Care Club? And if not, you should, if you have Instagram, you should look her up. She's absolutely wonderful. As Jews, we always care. Caring is our middle name. Why would we be interested in the We Do Not Care movement? Melanie always starts by describing herself as the voice of the perimenopausal. She sits comfortably dressed with a few extra pairs of glasses hanging from her hair and her clothing, and on behalf of all perimenopausal and menopausal women, makes such statements as, "We do not care what the back of our hair looks like. We only see the front." Or, "We do not care how many times the pharmacy has texted us that our prescription is ready. We'll go when we're ready to go." Or, "We do not care if something is not dishwasher safe. Now it is." Her hilarious lists go on, and most of what she says and most of what she does not care about cannot be said from this bima. Melanie's lists are humorous with grains of truth. And what I think the aggregate of her We Do Not Cares focuses on is all the surface stuff that can consume us. How do we look? How do we conform to society's endless expectations? How do we hold on to our humanity when we did not get a good night's sleep for the last year or decade? While I laugh at Melanie Sanders' wonderful deadpan humor, her Instagram series makes me think, okay, I don't want to spend so much time thinking about the back of my head, but what do I actually care about? The Torah portion for this Shabbat, Ha'azinu, guides us toward identifying the things that matter to us. The bulk of this Torah portion comes to us in the form of a 70-line poem delivered by Moses to the people. Like all biblical poetry, the meanings can be challenging to unearth, but worth the effort. In Ha'azinu, God chooses imagery from nature to ground us and to remind us that we truly matter to God. Boiled to its essence, the poem is a list of what God cares about. God cares that each one of us is created in the divine image. God cares that we remember our own history and that we ask our elders to remind us of our stories. God cares that we are alone in the wilderness. We were alone in an empty, howling waste, and God watched over us. In this poem, we learn so much about what God cares about. In my favorite line in the poem, God proclaims that the Holy Spirit of the universe guarded us as the pupil of God's eyes. Ke'ishon Eno. The poem goes on to proclaim God's concern for our safety. And it matters to God when we get so full of ourselves and our vanities and our worship of whatever the idol of the day is, that we forget where we come from. We forget our stories. We forget that we are not exclusively responsible for any good thing that happens to us. So we shouldn't give ourselves more credit than we deserve. Ke'ishon Eno. We matter because we are as the pupil of God's eye. This hard love poem models for us an opportunity to dig deeper into what we do care about. 11 days into this new year is a good time to make your own list about what really matters to you. And I see 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10-year-olds in this sanctuary, and every one of us can think about this year, what really matters to me? When asked to list what we really care about, I think most of us would say that we really care about the people we love, our family, and our friends, and our pets. We care about the environment. And let me be honest, menopause or not, we live in this culture, and we don't want to, but we do care about the back of our hair and how it looks. I think the idea of the poem in the Torah portion is to delineate our surface concerns from our deeper concerns about what really matters. What do we care about the most? We're humans and part of this culture, so we worry about our appearance, what others may say about us, and how many likes we get on our social media posts. But we are also Ke'ishon ayin. Take this as a grand metaphor, but we are the pupil of God's eye. We care about what God cares about. God's cares show up in our morning prayers, Elu Devarim. We care about showing honor to our parents. We care about deeds of compassion. We care about making guests feel welcome and comfortable. We care about showing up at simchas. We care about Torah study. We care about being present when people around us are bereft or grieving. We care about being peacemakers. Nice hair and a lot of likes, they matter to our culture, but these things matter more, and they are all achievable. The list comes from our weekday morning prayer, Elu Devarim She'ein Lahem Shi'ur, and you could practically pin it up on your fridge and check in every day to the Jewish We Care Club. I think that Judaism orients us to construct our own list of the things that we care about. For me, it matters to me that some of what we do here in this life is remembered in the future. Therefore, I've taken upon myself not only to organize my personal correspondence and the highlights of my family's written ephemera, And not only have I kept a daily journal that I hope my children and grandchildren will enjoy one day, I've also kept copies of all the handouts and commemorative programs that we have done at Temple these past 13 years to this day. As the Torah portion reminds us, memories and stories matter. I care about printed books, and I have so many of them that Jonathan does not like it. I care about the future of Judaism, and I want to do anything I can in hopes of helping fellow Jews flourish many generations from now. And you, what do you care most about? If you ever find yourself at a loss, simply start with Judaism's big three, with thanks to the prophet Micah for his enduring We Do Care Club. We care only to do justice. We care about loving goodness. We care about walking humbly with God. We are Ke'ishon Eno, the pupils of God's eyes. And yes, we do care. Shabbat Shalom.